Everybody, welcome to Epic Brew. I'm Tom. Today I've got yet another new Marvel game for the channel. This one's called Marvel Snap, and it's a card game which I don't really play too many of, but I've played this game since the day it came out, and I am absolutely hooked on this game. It's a free-to-play. It started as a mobile game. You could play it on iOS and Android, but then it came to Steam. I'm playing it on Steam right now. They adapted it to widescreen, but normally you're playing it on your phone. In fact, there's actually an option to flip it so that you would see like this is what it looks like on your phone. But for the sake of the video, maybe one day I'll play it like that. But for the sake of the video, we're gonna stick to this. There's a lot to take in. Don't feel overwhelmed right now. There's so many things blinking and just don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. I'm gonna play a pretty straightforward deck so that you can, if you already know the game, you already know what's going on. But if you're new, I think this one it'll be a good warm up to give you an idea of what this game's all about. You play against other people. I don't think there's any PvE. It's all PvP. Okay, so you get cards at the beginning. Each turn you get one energy, and energy is the blue number top left of each card. The first 3 turns, a new location is revealed. First turn, second turn, third turn, and each of the locations has a different modifier that takes place. So this deck, the gimmick, I'm going to let my turn expire because I'm talking. The gimmick with this deck is that I use Kingpin to negate enemy card power. It's just warning me, don't worry. I'm not going to lose anything here. I'm out of time, but I placed my card. So he's got an Ant-Man up there. It's okay. So with Kingpin, when an enemy card moves, afflicted with -2 power. So my goal is to move enemy cards from this location or this location to here, and Kingpin will stomp them and reduce their power by 2. The power is the gold number in the top right of each card. It correlates. That guy's winning this location because he's got 3 power. I have nothing here, so I don't get any power, etc. That's all there is to it, really. You just play cards. You kind of make a strategy based on what each card does, and you go from there. There's so many cool combinations. I'm just going to end the turn early. Armor, okay. So with Ant-Man, if your side of this location is full, Ant-Man gets 4 power. Now he's getting buffed because of the Wakandan emissary location. So when this location was revealed, every card in your hands and in their hands got +2 power. That's why that number is green, because it got the +2 power. Normally, it's just 1. Makes sense. But I've got Polaris here, and what she does, move an enemy 1 or 2 cost card to this location. So I'm going to pull Ant-Man or Armor to this location, and you'll see kind of the gimmick of this deck in action here. Assuming that Maverick over here is done with his turn. There we go. Punisher, okay. Polaris, there we go. Kingpin, go to work. There we go. Look at that. Now he's only got 1. And that is really great because now this means that he's got to play 3 more cards here to get the Ant-Man buff. Punisher, +1 power for each enemy card here. So if I never play any cards here, this card's never going to power up. But every card that I play here is going to power him up. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to use Stegron here. Move an enemy card here, 1 location to the right. So it's going to bump Ant-Man over. So my thinking is this guy's going to play cards here to try to get to the Ant-Man boost faster. And I'm just going to knock one of those cards over here and it's going to get stomped by Kingpin again. Oh, Mr. Fantastic. Okay. He's going to knock. So it didn't quite work out in my favor because now he's only got 1 card away from filling this up. And okay, what I can do, so Mr. Fantastic, adjacent locations have +2 power. That's why when he played the card, you saw his hands pop out. So even though he's got no cards here, he's still got 2 power because of the Fantastic punch. If I play Aerial, Move the last enemy card played anywhere to this location. Last enemy card played is going to be Mr. Fantastic. My name's highlighted. I go first. The player who has control of the most locations always goes first. So I know that I'll be able to pull Mr. Fantastic here, which will negate the Iron Man buff eventually, and also pull the +2 power away from this location. You'll see it go down when Mr. Fantastic relocates. That's this location taking place. It's gonna plop over. There we go. See, he only punches this side now. Claw. That's an interesting play because the location to the right has +7 power, but there's no location to the right. So this player played this card here for possibly no reason. It might be a bot. It's a possibility. Final turn. I think what I'm gonna do is just... Should I Magneto? What Magneto does, he moves all enemy 3 and 4 cost cards to this location. So I'll be able to pull Mr. Fantastic here. Maybe I should just pull them. No, that would get the Ant-Man buff powered up. I don't want to use Absorbing Man because he'll just copy Ariel and pull Claw wherever. I think I'm just gonna go with... I'm gonna Magneto. Maybe should I Magneto here? Let's just Magneto here. Let's see what happens.
We are the future.
There we go. Okay, so this gets the +2, which isn't enough. Colossus. Okay, I just won this. Oh, maybe not. Oh, okay. I won.
Victory.
So let me let's just take a look here at what happened. So I pulled Mr. Fantastic with Magneto to this location. He played Omega Red. If you're winning here, 3+ power to other locations. And because they were winning, that's the tentacles that came out and slapped it down. So even though there's only 3 power with Colossus, he's got 6 power here because of the 3 from Omega Red. Isn't this cool? Like, it's a pretty cool way to implement all these different heroes and villains, like superpowers, into a card game. And it's really like tactile and fun to play because each card has their own little like animation and sound effect. I just love this game. I absolutely love this game. This is also, besides Kingpin, Scream is kind of the other main card that I ironically didn't get while I was drawing this round. I'm going to play another round with this deck. So with Scream, I named the deck Scream after that card because it's so like critical to the success of the deck. But luckily that wasn't a very challenging opponent. Okay, add a 10 power monster here to each player, or for each player. So with Scream, she's paired well with Kingpin because every time an enemy card moves, Scream will latch out to it because she's a symbiote like Venom. She'll latch out to it and steal 2 power from it. So not only does the card lose 2 power, but Scream gains 2 power. I'm going to put Kingpin in the middle here. It's always a safe bet. Maria Hill. She calls in a random card. We all know what Kingpin does. These monsters don't do anything. They're just summoned in. Okay, we got Shadowlands. That kind of stinks. But there's nothing I can do. But yeah, like I was saying, you compare Scream with Kingpin. And so if you move a card to Kingpin, Scream will take 2 damage from it, or 2 power from it, gain 2 power because she absorbs the 2 power, and then Kingpin will do 2 more damage to it. You can really like knock down an enemy player's deck pretty quickly if you play your cards right, no pun intended, but also pun intended. Ooh, only 1 card can be played here for each player. That stinks. They blindly played the card there, and now they're stuck with that. I can play a 3-cost card here. I could play Juggernaut. He won't do anything. Move away all enemy cards played here this turn. By the way, the art styles, each card has a default art style. It's pretty plain, but you can like collect different art styles. Like this is the pixel variant. This is the baby variant. This is one of the artists I like the most, Dan Hip. I try to collect all of his cards because I just like the way that they look, like Saturday morning cartoon kind of styles. Really cool stuff. I need to make a decision here. What I'm going to do is I'm going to use Spider-Man and move that ninja somewhere. Or maybe one of these other cards.
Friendly neighborhood Spider-Man here.
There you go. So he just Spider-Man grabs a random enemy at that location that you play him at, and then he pulls him to it. So in hindsight, I probably should have played him here, because if he moved here, I'd have maxed that out and I would have won this location because it's 5 versus 2. And if he landed here, it would have done 2 damage for Kingpin. Live and learn. I'm just gonna play Steg here and try to knock somebody into Kingpin. No, that's not happening. There we go. Well, Steg didn't get to knock anybody into Kingpin. He took my Miles Morales card. I forgot about that. So what Cable does is you draw a card from your opponent's deck. So they played that. They got that from me. Okay. So they can only really... They have 2 more turns and they can only play 1 card because they can't add anything more. So I wonder what they're going to do. That's really interesting. I'm just going to play this here. Oh, so they snap. That means they're confident that they can win. I wonder what they're going to do. I'm curious now. Juggernaut, they didn't play anybody there. I just won the game because of that. I'll snap again. So, yeah, they retreated. That was really dumb of you to do that. So what happened there with the snapping, hence the name Marvel Snap, when you win or lose, you win or lose the number of cubes, right? When you snap, that's like a confidence boost and it doubles the amount of cubes that you potentially kind of like put the chips on the table in like a poker game. So this player retreated, which means he only lost 2, but because he snapped and then ended his turn, it doubled it from 1 to 2. If I would have snapped, would have doubled it from 2 to 4, and if we had gone to the end of the game, it would have been 8. But because he retreated, he only lost 2, I only gained 2, and that kind of determines your rank. Yeah, that was... I don't know why he put Juggernaut there. I guess he thought I was going to do something weak here, and it might have knocked it into this one and messed me up there, but playing Maria Hill blind into that location, that's always a gamble because this can happen. You get that and you're stuck with it. But there you go. I'm going to play one more because I've still yet to get Scream. We're going 2 for 2. There's all this stuff you can unlock. Don't even look at it right now. That's too much to take in if you don't know. Just learn the basics of the game. This looks like a real player. Sometimes you can kind of tell it's like a bot you'll get every once in a while. That's interesting. That won't matter to me too much. Because if I get Scream, I can play her there. And then she can still get power even though I can't add more cards there. Oh, we got another Symbiote Agony. After you play a card here... Oh, hello. After you play a card... Why won't it let me read it? After you play a card here, merge this with it. So that kind of stinks because it started out as a 1-2, so you could like play a card and then Agony would merge to it and make it that card's power it's too stronger and still give you an extra slot. She merged with it, but because all cards here have -2 power, she's gonna merge and do nothing. So that kind of stinks for them. Hulkbuster, yeah, that stinks. Yeah. Wow, okay. So, what Hulkbuster does... Oh, come on, it's gonna make me read everything. What Hulkbuster does is merge this with one of your cards here. And it was... I don't even know, there's so much math going on. Basically, they played 2 cards and they got a very, very weak result. That stinks for them. I'm just gonna play Viper here. She's not gonna do anything. But... Actually, no, I'm going to play Spider-Man blindly here. Worst case, he pulls somebody from here to there. Best case, he pulls nobody and then he ends up there. Because I gotta get a card here because no one can play cards here. He's still merging that thing. Carnage. Okay.
Friendly
Uh-oh.
neighborhood
I hope I don't
Spider-Man
pull her over. Ooh. Okay. This is tricky, and I have yet to get a Scream. I'm gonna play... Actually, I'm just gonna stack some power here. I'm just gonna power stack here. This is tough. I don't think I'm gonna be able to win this one. So Atuma destroys one card he's at the location with every turn. Excuse me there. In X23, she regenerates. When this is discarded or destroyed, you regenerate it at a random location. And you get an extra energy. So the risky part is, if he destroys X23, she can regenerate here, where I can't get to. Or here, which won't matter because I've got 10 already here. I'm just going to play Aerial. Just keep power stacking. Oh, Venom. Venom eats all the cards. And he absorbs all their power. Oh, that stinks. That stinks.
Who will the winds bring?
If I had Polaris, I could maybe have... If you remember from the first round, I used Polaris to pull the one cost card. And I could potentially do that here, but I didn't get her. Gonna have to... I bet this player has a null. I bet they have a null. I'm gonna... I'll play it out. I'm predicting the null. If I lose, at least I predicted correctly. We'll see. Oh.
All hail Hydra!
That'll do, pig. That'll do. That was a really good...
We are the
Oh,
future.
no. Oh, that stinks. It wasn't enough, though. Okay. That was kind of... That could have been really, really good. If this Spider-Man had gone here instead of here, I would have won that. Because what happened is he used Atrium Zola. Or Arnim? Arnim? Why was I calling him Atrium? Arnim Zola. I don't even know where this character is from. But it destroys one of your other cards and copies it to the other locations. So he destroyed the Venom. Venom went here. Venom went there. He ate X23. She went back here. The Venom here didn't eat anything. But then Magneto activated. And because Venom's, I think, a 3-cost card, he pulled both Venoms to the middle. And if I would have had Spider-Man here, I would have had 5-0, and then I would have won with those 2 locations. So, I mispredicted, but I almost, if it wasn't for that pesky neighborhood Spider-Man going into Necrosha and not Sanctum Sanctorum, I would have won that. But there you go. Marvel Snap. Can you tell I really like this game? There's going to be more of this on the channel, but stay safe, stay healthy. Catch y'all next time.